Hi everybody, this is Ashley Jamerson coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina and Ashley Lambert Realty. And I want to do a few question and answers. These questions come from my other YouTube videos. They're from people who have watched the video, they had a question, and I typically reply back to those in a timely manner. Every now and then they just fall through the cracks because my iPhone is usually on crack. It's just crazy. My iPhone is crazy. So wanted to get some of these questions answered because you may have the same question as well. So first and foremost, the question is, do you need a good credit score in order to buy a house with NACA? One of the things that NACA says is that you do not have to have a great credit score. However, if you have a terrible jacked up credit score and you know within your heart that your credit score is really bad, then your process with NACA may be a little bit longer, especially if you haven't fixed those bad habits that got you to that credit score. So if you're paying things late, you're not paying things at all, you have a whole bunch of delinquencies, things that got you there, if you haven't fixed that problem, NACA won't even deal with you. Or they will put you in the system and work with you, but you have to do the work to meet their requirements in order for them to continue working on you, if that makes sense. So no, you do not have to have a great credit score to work with NACA, but that helps because obviously the credit score shows that you're paying your stuff on time and things like that. Can I get a loan for a foreclosure? The answer is yes. There are various levels of foreclosures. There's also move-in ready foreclosures, and then there are foreclosures that need prayer, that are missing HVACs, that are missing windows, that has a leaky roof, missing water heater. Things like that will not allow you to be approved for, you know, FHA, VA government-backed loans. However, you can possibly get a conventional loan or an FHA 203K loan or another rehab type loan. But yes, you can get a loan. But if you're buying a foreclosure trying to save money or to get a deal, is there really a deal if you are going to have to deal with a little bit higher interest rate of an FHA 203K or having to pull money from your 401K to make repairs? So that's something that you have to balance out when it comes to buying a foreclosure. There are great foreclosures out there. I believe VA foreclosures are typically in better condition because they go in there and they at least fix everything and paint and new carpet and things like that. FHA foreclosures, the ones that you can find on HUDhomestore.com, and I do have an NAID number so I can submit offers for you on those. But those foreclosures tend to be a little, we got it, we secured it, make sure nobody breaking into it, but here you go. Like, they're very like out the door. They're not really fixing those. Again, that may change. This is May 2nd, 2018, but as of right now, you know, the VA foreclosures are a little bit better. I had a comment on my thing. It says, one of my best friends works for NACA. I mean, okay. All of my videos that are referencing NACA are from my personal experience. I'm a realtor. I've been licensed since 2006. I personally use this program to buy my home. So all of my opinions and things are based upon things that I've ran into with my personal experience, and it just happens to be very in line with other people's experiences. So since your best friend works for NACA, tell them to you know, work or, you know, tell them about my videos, and maybe that'll make them be better. It really is constructive criticism. So definitely keep that in mind. Tell your best friend that. Do you know if you can purchase a foreclosure home using a VA loan in North Carolina? Yes. Again, it depends on what is wrong with the house. Some people have had a foreclosure. I actually know of a house right now that is like very pristine condition. Very pristine condition, and it's going to be a foreclosure, and it will qualify for VA and FHA. So yes, you can use, again, a VA loan for the purchase of a foreclosure home, but it does have to meet the requirements in place by VA. VA actually has their own inspection. They have a VA appraisal. Like, they take care of their veterans, which they should. Do you have mountain views in Greensboro, North Carolina? No. I think that that person may have made a comment on a video from when I lived in Greensboro. I no longer live in Greensboro, but I do have an awesome agent that I refer all my Greensboro business to. But there are no mountain views in Greensboro. I think that the closest mountain views you would get is if you like get into like past Winston-Salem, going towards like Wilkesboro on that end. But if you want mountain views, you'd have to go like to Crowder's Mountain in Gastonia. That might be the closest mountain views. Regarding NACA, how did you know when your file was sent to the underwriters? NACA will let you know. As soon as you are approved, you find a house, the house is at least started inspections or went through inspections, and they have all of your documents, they'll send that on to underwriting. You'll get an email, and your realtor will also get an email. That's how you know. They don't really leave that part in the guessing. Like, it's very like, you know, that you'll know. Can I rent my NACA home? No. So in the back of my mind, because I personally, again, I haven't went through this renting process, but we have been and always looking for the next house. Like, we don't really need more space, but we want more space. It's need versus want. So we are trying, when I say we, my husband and I, we're trying to weigh the benefits of selling our home, especially in this awesome market where we have so much equity, or renting it out as an investment property. Now, our home would rent very well. It's 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, great yard, wood floors, 2-car garage. It will rent, but I'd rather sell it. But when you close with NACA, it is 100% financing, but recorded along with the deed is like this NACA waiver document, which will notify the lender of your new home that you have this NACA home. Now, the lender of your new home will ask you, are you selling this home? What are you doing with this house? And that's because when you close with NACA, you agreed not to rent this house. It's part of like a legal agreement. It's not a, you know, please don't sell it. It's a legal agreement, and it's recorded with the deed of registers, or the register of deeds. So I recently had a past client, actually the one who had the 0.5 interest rate. He reached out to me and said he found a home, he wants to move into it, but they won't give him the loan because of the NACA house. What can he do? Your options are to refinance out of it into another loan, and a lot of people don't want to do that because of the awesome interest rate that we locked in. Or you can sell it. There really isn't, there aren't any other options for you. You really are like blocked when it comes to that. So that's the thing. He either has to sell his home or he has to refinance it, and he has a 0.5 interest rate. So that investment that he was hoping for, the rent and the profit he was looking at, really isn't possible. But again, a lot of people purchase a house, they stay there for 5 to 7 years, they sell it. So if that's your thing, don't let the issue of being able to rent out in the future get in your way. I guess tackle that in the future and buy now if that's like your ultimate goal. So those are my questions from my YouTube videos. These were my answers. If you have any questions that you'd like for me to answer in future videos, definitely comment with those below. If you have any other questions or comments, or if you want to tell me about your best friend who works for NACA, let me know. I look forward to talking to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.